Good morning. Some of my friends are really struggling right now. A lot of them it's because their teens are struggling, whether it's the length of time that this new world has been in our existence, or they're having a really hard time seeing the positive. So I came across this reading as soon as I was deciding what we're going to do today. We will be doing the different kinds of dogs that are out there. That was a request by Yana. And you want to be the world in a bright light. It's about gratitude. And I do worry because that word gratitude is thrown around sometimes too often, but it definitely has a place. Every day is a blessing, and in each moment there are many things we can be grateful for. The world opens up to us when we live in a space of gratitude. In essence, gratitude has a snowball effect. When we are appreciative and express it, the universe glows a bit more brightly and showers us with even more blessings. And I've even had experiences where I'm with friends and I can feel the tone starting to darken in our discussion. And as soon as you flip to adding even a show that you're grateful for, or a person, or a food, or how beautiful the sun is, I notice that's an easy way to cheer people up. You're able to flip the energy of the conversation, and then it has a trickle effect or a ripple effect, and it's like dominoes. There is also something to be grateful for even when life seems bad. When times are tough, whether we are having a bad day or stuck in what feels like an endless rut, it might be difficult to take the time to feel grateful. Yet that is when gratitude can be most important. If we can look at our lives during periods of challenge and discover something to be thankful for, then we can transform our realities in an instant. So it's very, again, some people genetically are glass half full, glass half empty. Let's use this opportunity to kind of look through the weeds and find that needle in a haystack, that one positive ray of light, despite the darkness you might be having. There are blessings to be found everywhere, but when we're focusing on what is negative, our abundance can be easy to miss. Instead, choosing to find things we appreciate that already exist in our lives changes what we see in the world. We start to notice one blessing, then another. When we constantly choose to be grateful, we see that every breath is a miracle and each smile becomes a gift. Think about in the spring when you see that very first robin. At first, it seems like there's only one. It's so special. And then the more you notice that one robin, your brain and your eyes start to see, and you almost train yourself to see there's lots more robins. They always were there. There's a theory that they actually don't leave during the winter, but we opened our eyes to see them. When we constantly choose to be grateful, we see that every breath is a miracle. Each smile becomes a gift. There's a quote I read and it's so cute. It's like, today I opened 2 gifts. It was my eyes. And I love that phrase. It's simple and it just means that every day is a gift because any one of us could die in our sleep. When we constantly choose to be grateful, we see that every breath is a miracle, each smile becomes a gift, and we begin to understand that difficulties are also invaluable lessons. The sun is always shining for us when we are full of thanks, even if it's hidden behind clouds on a rainy day. It doesn't go away, we just couldn't see it. A simple sandwich becomes a feast. A trinket is transformed into a treasure. The other day I had a friend and we were talking about the joy of egg salad sandwich, and before you know it, we've spoken for over half an hour about all these beautiful memories that link back to the people that maybe gave us our first egg salad sandwich, or how this one simple flavor can transform even the simplest mundane task of eating. Living in a state of appreciation allows us to spread our abundance because that is the energy we emanate from our beings. Since the world reflects back to us what we embody, the additional bounty that inevitably flows our way gives way to even more to be grateful for. Like begets like. The universe wants to shower us with blessings. The more we appreciate the life, the more life appreciates and bestows us with greatness and goodness. So I love that. Yesterday is an example where it was supposed to be rainy and dark, and guess what? Very quickly it became this beautiful hot sunny day. This happens a lot, and it's really nice to be proven wrong. I almost wonder if the weather department purposely puts depressing weather forecasts so that we're surprised and then they're heroes. So, like I said, Yana really wanted to do an exploration of all the different dogs. You know I love to teach by the theme, so we are going to do that. We're going to start on the mat. We try to think, when I teach, I try to think about what body parts do I need to be successful or comfortable in that pose we want to explore. So for dog, Hamstrings are a big piece. Shoulder stability. So the biggest one I would say was stretching the back body. So when we start with the mat work, it helps us do the work we're going to need when we're upright. Let's start with our arms to a T, legs stretched out, pretty close together. And instead of Dandasana or mountain pose standing, let's do it on our back. So I'm going to flex my feet and press the back of my heels down to the floor. I instinctively feel a stretching in my inner groin all the way up, which continues into the core, and I'm going to take it out through the arms. Spread the fingers, anchor them down, engage the core, press the back down as much as you can here. Biggest piece though is those flexed feet and toes to the ceiling. You can add one more piece. Spread the toes while you're pressing the heels down. It's not very comfortable for some people, but I want you to feel that interconnectivity, the muscles, tendons, flesh. 3 breaths here. Inhale 1. Exhale. So instead of looking for cat-cow on our back here, I want you to really engage all the muscles and think of stability and solid and straight instead. Inhale 2. Exhale. Can you get your back even further to the floor as you breathe out? And last one. Inhale 3. Exhale. And then soften everything and let your head rock from one side to the other. Let's stretch the arms behind us, toes point, arms lengthen. Now we're stretching the front of the body. We did the tissue on the back of the body. Stretch, 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 and then flex. Stretch, 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 and then flex. And I like to think I'm wearing a cat suit of flesh so that when I do my poses, the more work I soften on the outside of my body, the more room there is to expand into that shape when we come upright. Nails press behind you, toes point, lengthen. Feel that deep stretch again in belly, core, inner groin. This place that connects upper and lower body. And then release. Bend your feet to the mat. And let's take our arms to a T again. 3 breaths here. This time really consciously pressing your back into the floor. Inhale 1. Exhale, press the back down. That might mean the tail tucks slightly. Inhale 2. Exhale, press the back down. Inhale 3. Exhale. Let's take knees into chest and rocking side to side. So if you're looking for a new Netflix show, I just watched Halston. There's only, I think, 6 episodes, a miniseries. Ewan McGregor is fantastic, and if you enjoyed Mad Men, any of those shows that are period set in the 50s and 60s, this show is beautiful because it continues throughout his career to the early 80s. There is some mention to his randy sex life, but for the most part, it's just a fascinating look at fashion and the behind the scenes of it and his story. Let's take our knees to the floor on the left. Right arm opens to a T. Oh. And you just want to stay here for 3 breaths. I noticed some tightness in my right shoulder from how I was sleeping. So I want to use gravity as my friend. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And inhale 3. Exhale, knees to center. Let's take those knees to the floor on the right. Double leg spinal twist. Left arm opens to a T. 3 breaths. Keep the feet flexed. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale and inhale 3. Exhale back to center. Pull those knees in, press the spine in. Let's just extend our legs for a moment. Give your hamstrings a massage. Point and flex here. Feel that connectivity, that cat flesh cat suit that wraps around your limbs. You can't isolate one part of the body that needs assistance. It's all got to work together. When you put on pantyhose or tights or tight pants, you have to stretch the whole object before putting it over your skin. Okay, let's take right leg in, left foot flex in the air, and slowly lower, pressing out through that left heel. Maybe even stop for a moment and feel a nice stretch in the front and back of the leg. And this one is for Liz and Paul. Let's lift up our heel and bring chest to knee or thigh. Exhale down, but don't touch. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left hand takes right knee over. Single leg spinal twist. Oh yeah. Option to straighten that leg because we're continuing to work on the back lines of the leg. So a hamstring and IT band, get a nice stretch here. And then back to the sky. Egg beaters or little boat. Left leg in, right leg extends. Let's flex and hover. You're going to lift left, chest towards left thigh and knee. Exhale down, don't touch. Inhale up. Exhale down, don't touch. And once more, inhale up. Right leg down. Right hand takes left knee over. Single leg spinal twist. 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale, inhale 2. Exhale, last one, straighten your left leg out. So it's at a right angle, flex and hovering. Inhale 3. Bring it to the sky. And knees to chest, little boat. Awesome. Okay, so let's once more take those feet in the air. You're continuing to feel what's happening in the hamstrings. Quite often, tightness in hamstring and Achilles is really what's contributing to knee pain, hip pain, lower back, foot pain. So many things connected to these invisible kind of strings. Point and flex. Fan your toes. Roll out your ankles. And then the legs fall wide. We want to see what's happening to the inside lines of our legs. Point and flex. Roll out the ankle. Fan the toes. Legs closed. Strap nearby. We're going to hold the right leg in the air, support it. Left leg flex and lower down. And actually, let's do an experience here. So I'm going to interlace the hands behind my head. One foot is in the air, one foot's on the floor. Flex. They meet at the ceiling. Switch. Right leg down, left leg up. Engage the core. Can you take right foot all the way to the floor? Switch. Meet at the ceiling. Left leg down, right leg up. Feel that stretching, what's happening down the front and back lines of the body. Left leg up. Right. Actually, let's come to 45 degree and do the switch out there. Right leg lowers. Left leg upper. And I think Yana hates this one. Swimming in molasses. That's what this feels like to me. It's all core and legs. So you're going to do 3 more switch outs at 45. Woo! And then knees to chest, little boat. Give yourself a little break. Feet in the air once more. Let's take right leg in the air, hands interlaced behind the leg, left leg lower, strap to the ball of the right foot. Stirring that leg. Both straps in the right hand, take that leg out to the side. Back in the sky, strap in the other hand across the midline. And maybe you take it further. I feel a beautiful stretch from my glute all the way out to the right ankle. Turn and look to that right hand. Back to center and release. Knees to chest, little boat or egg beater. Feet in the air, right foot flex and lower. Strap to the left foot. You might choose to add that counter pressure. That's a very deep hamstring stretch. Or stir the leg. And then we take both straps from the left hand, release that leg to the side. Right arm to a T, 2 breaths here. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And on 3, we're going to take to the sky across the midline, choosing to stay here or go all the way across. Oh. Back to the sky, get rid of the strap. Little boat. I'm going to do one more thing for our hamstring. So feet in the air, as straight as comfortable. You're going to massage the back of the hamstrings, point and flex here. Some of you might come up behind the calf. You want to keep the bum rooted down. What happens is I see kids when we're doing this pose, they fold the legs towards and their bum lifts off the floor and we've lost the stretch. The integrity of the stretch or the setup of it is really the yoga. So I'm going to hold my hands on my ankles and I'm pressing my lower back down. Maybe bring the legs closer to me, maybe not. Everyone's going to be different. Some of you are going to grab your big toes and pause here. Continue to press the back into the floor. I might choose this one I love too. I'm going to interlace my hands behind the thigh or calf. You can bend your left foot to the mat and imagine bringing that leg closer to your face. For some people this is easier than trying to do a seated forward fold or a standing forward fold. Give that hamstring a massage. And then switch. Right foot lands, left foot in the air. You're going to come behind the calf or the thigh. Give it some love. And maybe, like I noticed my dominant leg is much tighter than my other leg. Some of you might grab the foot. You're not stressing the shoulders and neck and you're not lifting the bum. Maybe this is your stretch. Here, everyone's different. Maybe you need to bend the knee. And then knees to chest, little boat. Let's quickly do shoelace, right over left. Pull it in. Option to walk further down the legs and flex. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, shake it out. Left over right. Flex, pull it in. 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale, shake it out. Let's roll into a ball on our side. Take 2 breath pause in fetal position. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. As you breathe out, hand comes in front, push yourself up to the side. Some ER doctors say that's how we should be getting out of our bed. Every time, rolling to the side. I forget the percentage, but there's a large number of people who are rushed to ER for back issues, especially if their back's completely out, because they tried to get up from lying flat. It also can cause too quick of a spike in your blood pressure if you don't roll to the side and come up easily. Let's come into extended child's pose. So initially, if I'm tight, I might stack my fists, forehead to fists. Some of you might come into Sphinx and bring your belly to your thighs. Some of you might extend arms out, forehead down. And then my favorite is, and it's the most obscene looking, playful puppy, chest to the floor, bum in the air. And one last piece, you can always look forward or forehead down. And then tabletop, we'll do a quick cat-cow. Okay, palm placement, just as important as the actual cat-cow. Finger pads pressing down equally, knees 1 fist width apart. Inhale 1, slowly look up, engage the core. Exhale, tail down. Inhale 2, looking up, cow. Exhale, tail drops, chin to chest, push the floor away, cat. Oh yeah. Inhale 3, we'll go up to 5. Exhale. Inhale 4. Maybe look further up. Exhale. And last one. Inhale 5, deep cow. Exhale, cat. Coming back to neutral. Tuck the toes and press into a short downward dog. Look at those heels. Now my teacher was really neat. She would do the opposite. She would make you lift only your knees 2 inches off the floor to waken up the arms. And then a little further, a little further, a little further. Chest towards the thighs.
Option here to try to drop one heel, then the other. Back and forth. Option to come high on your tiptoes, pressing your heart towards your thighs. Option to drop your heels, bend your knees, and press your heart towards your thighs. Up and down. Want to wake up the feet. Right, walk towards your hands. Thigh and chest come together. There, get a nice stretch of the back body and the hamstrings. Let your head go. Option to grab your big toes if you can reach them. Elbows out to the side. Let your head really go and maybe look between your calves. Forward fold. Arms to the side, rise, reach up. Wide arm swan dive. Half back, fold, plant, however you get down, sleeping cobra, one breath. Inhale. Exhale, pick up your heart, only baby cobra, press back, downward dog. Option to pedal here, so drop the right heel, left foot dangles. Left foot heel presses down, right foot dangles. The pedaling isn't part of traditional, necessarily Surya Namaskar A or sun salutations, but I like to awaken my Western body. Right foot forward, left knee back, low lunge. Choosing to stay here or a tiny arc. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. So we're slowly waking up the tissue or the tension in our body. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, lower, sleeping cobra. Inhale, exhale. Next breath, maybe the chest comes up further. Press back, downward dog. Option to pedal again. Left foot forward, right knee back, low lunge. As I fall over. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Let me know if there's other things you need to see this week. I know I probably get stuck in a rut. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant. Let's do slow lower. Sleeping cobra, inhale, exhale. Lift up your heart, look forward. Option to come into a deeper cobra, press back, downward dog. Pedaling. Right foot forward, left foot back, high lunge. Press into that front foot, strong foot placement. Bones are stacked. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. And one last side, let's do this. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, and come to my knees, and mindfully lower my heart between my hands. One breath, sleeping cobra. Pick up your heart, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Pedaling. Left foot forward, right foot back, high lunge. Strong front leg, rise. Hands release. Feet together, fold. Rise and rest at heart center. Nice. So we keep talking about how hamstrings are very important for our dog. Let's just do one more stretch for the hamstrings. So I'm standing in mountain. I'm going to cross right over left. What happens here is now I can't cheat bend my knees. Hands to my hips. You're going to choose either come half back, parallel, or lower, or to blocks, and fold. Woo! Half back, fold. That is super intense. Half back, fold. One more time. Half back, fold. Arms to the side, rise, and heart center. Now I'm going to switch. Right foot lands, left foot over. Hands to hips. If this is too much, please use blocks.
I'm gonna hinge at the waist, pause. This is a deep hamstring stretch. Even meaner would be warrior three arms. I'm gonna come to the floor or blocks. My blades of my feet are lined up, knees cannot bend here. Fold, oh. Half back, fold, half back. I can feel my IT be uneven. And one more time, fold, half back, rise without falling, hands at heart center. Nice. And a little quickie squat in between to help stretch the lower back. Okay, we all talk often about dog, up dog, down dog. Let's start with some of our normal dogs. Now they do get tiring in your wrists, so be mindful of that. Tabletop, tuck the toes, press in a downward dog. That's a nice short dog. Let's start with that one. I'm on the balls of my feet. Not everyone is available to do this. I know we have some foot challenges. So another thing you can do is drop the foot in, 1, 2, and keep the knees bent. Before you know it, maybe sway a little hip to hip, and your heart can move towards your thighs. That's one variation. The other variation you'll see is high on my ball of my foot, heels lift, foot is perpendicular to the floor, ears in line with my biceps, press my heart towards my thigh. So from here, I'm going to decide I'm going to come medium, half lifted heel. Let's come into happy dog. So actually I notice that if I can't come forward into a high plank here. So I'm going to walk my feet back, high plank, press back dog. High plank, press back dog, heart towards your thigh. This time when you're in the dog, right foot in the air, three-legged dog. Toes point down, try not to wing that right hip up. Bend your knee, heel comes towards your bum. Open and twist, happy dog. You're looking under your right bicep. Big hip opener. Come back to square hip, drop it down, knees down, extended child's pose. And let's do the other side. Tabletop, this time step back, high plank, press into dog. Left foot in the air, three-legged dog, toes point down, press your heart towards your thigh. Bend your knee, open and stack. There's happy dog. Beautiful hip opener. Back to square hips, down, knees down, extended child's pose. Okay, once more. Step back, high plank, press into downward dog. Here's the piece that a lot of people don't like. I can do dog, high plank, dog, high plank. So if you want to do that, no up dogs, that's available to you. Now if I want to do dog, heels are high, roll over my toes or flip them and come into up dog. Roll over the toes, down dog, roll over the toes, up dog, roll over the toes, down dog, roll over the toes, up dog, down dog. You get the point. And I feel like we haven't done that conversion in a long time, so think about it. Another dog we are going to work on that can be very challenging for some people is the three-legged dog, then into the two-legged dog. So I love it. You know that normally we take a whole class to build up to it. Let's try it. If you can't get it, no biggie. Or if you want to have a good laugh with someone in your home, have them assist you in making the bind. Tabletop, tuck your toes, press into short dog. Walk the heels in, and I like to take them as wide as my mat. Almost as wide as my mat. So really, I'm in a tall tabletop. We're going to look at our hands. Right hand's going to stay anchored. Left foot's going to stay anchored. Actually, both hands are anchored, left foot anchored. Right foot in the air. Right away, I feel my body shift. I want to make sure I'm still equally locked down a right hand, left foot. I'm going to come on my left finger pads. I might stay here. I might take left arm to a T. I might try to bind and grab that right foot.
in a happy dog bind. Undo, extended child's pose.
So you've all been with me for quite a while. You know we've done this in class. What's amazing is once you do one complicated pose once, this pathway of information is made into your brain, and you are able to understand how we did that. There are a couple complicated binds sometimes in yoga, and it's hard to wrap our head around it. And I think, again, that's the yoga being so present that I've shoved all these other day of thoughts out of my head to be able to do the bind.
Extended child's pose. Back to tabletop. Tuck and press into dog. This time walk the feet, so flat feet. There I have and my knees are bent. This time, this one messes with my brain more. Left hand and right hand stay down. Pick up your left foot. Shifting, making sure equal weight in left hand, right foot. Come onto your right finger pads. Maybe bend your left knee. Maybe come out into a T with that right arm. Or bind. And you might even use, I'm using the shadow as kind of a cheat here. Undo, extended child's pose. And back up, right.
Nice work. So, I know I probably rushed through those dogs. I think we've done all the dogs. If one of those resonates with you and you want to do it further, you can repeat it yourself or let me know and we'll do more in later on this week. Oh, a new day. So I'm going to show this one. Some of you buy eggs from me that come from Mara's farm. Her mother is like a hobby farmer in King. She does it just for joy. And the hawks have been killing quite a few of the poor chickens. So she was trying to find a cabana or a covering or something to cover the area outside where they are pecking. And the other thing she's been doing is playing radio very loud. So that's been working, but the saddest was the chickens that produce the blue or green eggs called Araucana. They got killed. So today I chose this card. It's a rooster or a chicken. It says a new day. Let go of what was in order to make room for what's to come. It may be time to release a relationship that's run its course, a job that's lost its luster, or a depleting commitment. The past is over, and I feel like coronavirus and our time out during COVID has definitely given us a mental breath to clean house. Job, friends, stuff in your house, relationships. What's done is done. Acknowledge the feelings and learn from the experience. And give yourself permission to release any negative emotions or guilt. When one area of our life falls apart, it just creates opportunities for new one to come up. And when you think about a forest fire, it's exactly why nature has forest fires, even without man, to create room for new growth. Thank you so much for your effort. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.